Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to another episode of Green's Gridiron Exchange. This is your host, Coach Green, and it is playoff time, man. We're looking to have another jam-packed show. Got some special guests on tonight that I'm pretty sure you guys are gonna love to learn and hear about. But without further ado, want to give a shout out to Total Pole Nation as usual. And while you're getting ready to come in, once you hit that like, hit that subscribe button and come on into the show. So let me bring in my co-host, Mr. Royce Wheeler. What's up, brother? What's going on with you?
What's going on? What's going on, man? Just getting ready for this third round playoff week.
Oh yeah,
And nothing much. Got some new stuff that's gonna be starting next week for the media group and just pretty much getting all that stuff ready, man. So yeah, just cranking everything up and looking forward to the next week of playoffs and hopefully we'll be playing next week. What
yeah,
about you? What's
man.
been going on?
Same old blame old man. Yeah, just getting ready. Like we talked, getting ready to launch this Green Zone Preps recruiting between the lines. And be with just talking recruiting football. Like you got some stuff working up behind the scenes, got some people guests ready to start that show up once this is a wrap here with the Green Gridiron Exchange. Want to make sure that we keep up with the guys around the area and follow those guys after they finish up those 2024 guys in their senior seasons. So just want to make sure that the fans continue to get inside intel on what's going on with some of the prospects around the county from that standpoint. So
Okay, cool, man. Well, I know right now we down to our last, like I say, our last couple weeks. We got our Player of the Year candidates. Even though we have these three at the top, we got Mr. Drackett last week, who they fell to a pretty good Berkeley prep team. We also got Mr. Jones from Saint Pete, who has been a statistical dynamo pretty much throughout the season for Pinellas County, the number one leading rusher in the state. And then we also got Mr. Newton, who is closing in on a second consecutive 1,000 yard rushing, 1,000 yard passes season. Um, he could also be touching that 2,000 yard plateau as far as passing and reaching that 1,000 yards. So, just in these last couple of weeks with some big performances, his numbers have really shot up, and this Player of the Year thing has become much tighter. I know at the beginning of the year, at the end of the season, a lot of people were Jeff Jones, but the reason why we waited because playoffs, these players really show up, and Drackett and Mr. Newton really showed up. I know that we also have Mr. Sevillano and Mr. Raymond. Even though they did not make the playoffs, both of these guys are elite players. Everybody knows Mr. Raymond is probably the hottest prospect in the county right now, as far as offers and everything. He doesn't have the most, but right now he is the hottest. And you also got Mr. Sevillano, who is the Notre Dame commit. We don't know if he's going to be signing in December or January, but we know there's a pretty good chance. Hopefully, he'll be signed in December, so he'll be getting a good jump on the spring. What do you think about the Player of the Year candidates?
yeah, man, on those top three um, are man, just from Pinellas County standpoint, and all these guys playing Pinellas, but because the two Drackett and Newton, are has been playing as of late. Of course, Drackett just finishing up last week, but me seeing that Shawnee 81 yards away from 1,000 yards rushing, and then also already having the 1,000 yards over 1,000 yards passing, it's like, man, that is just, and that's why I'm glad that you waited, because that was one of the things that we talked about, how with these other uh, athletes continue on to play and Jeff kind of been on the shelf, you really start to see, because the competition isn't getting any easier for these young men that's still playing in the playoffs. The teams have gotten tougher, and it's just amazing to see what these young men has been able to do over time. And then also shout out, hats off to Shani, because um, we didn't really talk about him that much throughout the year, here and there, just about, spot play. but you can see he's picked it up in the playoffs. And now, man, I just put out the tweet, maybe in the running for that, maybe heading towards that player of the year trophy. So, man, this is an exciting time to see how this thing finish out, just because each of these guys have played, awesome down the stretch, as far as Mr. Drackett, and then with Mr. Newton still being in the show, but now it's down to one. So it'd definitely be interesting to see if Newton carries his CCC team to the state finals. How does that throw a wrinkle in, and possibly win it? How does that throw a wrinkle in the voting with the candidates? So it remains to be seen. Newton still has a game left, or maybe two. So we'll see how it goes and see how he finishes out.
Right. And another thing I wanted to point out, if you guys look at the numbers and go to the site, you will notice that over the last few weeks, Mr. Newton has been very accurate. He's been very accurate all season, but 107 for 101 for 164, very, very, very accurate. Um, and that's one thing, that was noticed at the beginning of the season is how accurate his balls have become, how much better he's throwing on top of how good he did last year. So, like I said, a second consecutive season of 1,000 yards passing, 1,000 yards rushing. Um, it's put it, these last couple of weeks has put a totally new perspective on the player of the year. So as we said, and as it's been the last 2 years, we have coaches voting. I know this year we have probably about an additional 10. So we have a lot of voters. We'll have a lot of input on this. And I think, it's going to come down wire to wire. At one point, I believe Jeff Jones was the favorite.
Yeah.
But I believe with Drackett and Newton, the way they played the last 2 weeks, definitely with Drackett, these two guys have definitely closed that gap tremendously. So shout out to those guys and what they're currently doing over there. Another thing that we wanted to look at real quick, just wanted to recap last week. I know last week we saw Calvary go down to Berkeley Prep 31-27. I was kind of, surprised. I definitely, I'm not gonna lie, I expected us to win. I thought that we had more tools than than
Berkeley.
than Berkeley. I thought that we had a
Mhm.
lot more tools, but it happens that way. But to me, it's all good. The future is very bright over there at Calvary, definitely with these three guys. Did you get a chance to look at the game or anything, Green?
I didn't, man. I had some stuff that I had going on with family being in town for the holidays, but I was checking in on the scores and watching the highlights. And like you, I was a little surprised that it was not surprised from the standpoint of going back and forth, because I knew Berkeley was going to give them a game, but just how quickly it would be 7-7, then it was 14, 14-17. So it was like they was trading blows, going back and forth. I thought that, with I thought Calvary would be able to hold up defensively, so it wouldn't be so back and forth, but it looked like it was a shootout, and it came down to and like I said, when I seen the score, I tweeted, this game looks like it's gonna come down to whoever has the ball in their hands last. You know what I'm saying? The way they were scoring back and forth. And just so happened that Berkeley was able to capitalize and be able to edge them out. But just like you said, Calvary has a bright future over there. They have some good, solid talent returning, and the coaching staff is always good about using the talent that they have around them. So, job well done on the season. I definitely think that they could have been went a little further, but you can never count out a team like Berkeley Prep and the players that they have, and that's why they were able to advance, because they proved that they belonged, and now they're moving on to the next round. So
Right. And shout out. So the thing with Calvary is, just to recap of the year. Calvary did end the year 10-3. Jacob Drackett is the single season record holder for Pinellas County now. That
Yep.
official record is 3,260 yards now. So in order for that record to be beat moving forward, that's what the numbers will be. We also have Mr. Robinson, which is the third player on the right there, 1,083 yards, first 1,000-yard receiver in school history, averaged over 20 yards a clip. 20 yards a clip. Definitely going to be the top receiver coming into the county next year. But also to the left in that first photo, we got Mr. Ho, Austin Ho, who brought in 769 yards receiving this year. On any team, he would have been the number one receiver. He's probably, it is a good chance he's number 2 or number 3 behind Josh Robinson next year as far as the top receivers in the county. So this Cavalry team, along with Mr. Sparrow right here in the middle, who showed up very big, this Cavalry team will have a lot of potential. I know that they have Cole Drackett coming in at quarterback next year. So, hopefully the arms, the slinging will continue. But just, looking at what they have leaving this year, you have Jacob Drackett going to Air Force, Ionata going to Alabama, Dylan Moore, Army, Callahan Blair, Vanderbilt. Probably still a few seniors that are going to get some small offers. So their signing table is going to be pretty big at Calvary. So just shout out to them. On top of bringing back next year, Zach Green, Sean Kono. This team is going to be loaded along with CCC and, CAI. Those are probably going to be my top 3 teams coming into next year. Anything you want to say about those guys before we move on?
Nah, you pretty much summed it up. I'm just looking forward to seeing those returners come back. And with the guys that they got, who knows? Some guys may transfer in, some prospects from around the area who's taking notice to Calvary going deeper and deeper in the playoffs each year. So guys want to be a part of that special program where guys are, getting the big time offers, and then also they're going deep in the playoffs. So look for Calvary to make some noise with probably, maybe adding a couple of additional players to that roster, that already stacked roster that they have. So
Definitely, man. So before we bring our guest in, he should be coming in pretty soon. Let's talk about next week. We only got one game. We actually got a couple guests coming in, but before we come in, let's just talk about a little bit about next week. I know that Jacksonville Trinity Christian, they're a team who they have this U.S. Army under All-America, from my understanding. Colin Hurley. I actually watched them. I watched a little bit of them. To me, he hasn't done anything that I haven't seen Shawnee do personally. So I'm looking for. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not going to put him or say that he's Henny. I'm not looking at him like he's that much more elite. I think that Shawnee can throw with him and can do a lot of things with him. We got our guest coming in right now, actually. So let us go ahead and stop real quick. So right now, guy, we finna bring on, man. We bringing on a prospect, a guy who he did his thing in Pinellas County, played for Boca, Ciega. Didn't get to touch the ball as much as we like. We didn't get to see as much of him as we like, but we knew that he had the potential to do big things when he put the ball in his hands. He's taken a role as travel and moved forward. And we're gonna go ahead and bring him in to talk about a little bit of what he's done real quick. What's going on, sir? Can you hear us?
Yes, sir.
What's going on, Mr.
What's
Hall?
up, Dre?
What's up,
yes,
Green?
What's up, baby?
Yes. Glad to see you, man. Glad to see you, man. So just we're gonna go ahead and jump to these questions real quick, man. First off, came from Bogey. As we talked about, not the best record at Bogey. Didn't get the ball, I'm pretty sure, as much as you like, man. But one thing I wanted to ask you was just around this time last year, where was your thought process? Did you know that you were headed to New Mexico military? What was your thought process with it being the end of the season, not knowing what you were going to do?
Actually, last year I was at New Mexico, I just wasn't playing as much. But
So you graduated in
22.
22. Hold on. I thought, but 22 was, hold on, you graduated 22 and played the season 22 as well
Yeah, I
at New
played
Mexico.
21 season.
Okay, all right. So that's where the
Mhm.
confusion was. So okay, so 21 season. If you could go back and remember, what was your thought process around the end of the season, the 21 season? And did you know you were going to New Mexico military? When did they come in and you decided that you were gonna make that move?
Actually, it was kind of my dad's decision. Football really came out the window after I left Bogie. I was, in a dark place. Didn't know what I wanted to do for real. Seeing all the other guys go Division One, I was just like, dang. But my dad, he actually talked to me more and more each and every day about the situation, and eventually I changed my mind. So around, I say graduation time, I knew I was heading to New Mexico.
Okay, so did you reach out to New Mexico? Is that something your dad had already
Uh,
had together with him and his connections already? What?
yeah, him and Coach Dillard.
Right, that's right. Coach Meyer, that's right. Yep, Coach Meyer was there. That's right. That's
Mhm.
right. Okay. All right. So did that help you? I like you said, your dad made the decision. And I played against your dad. I remember, how he had the breakout season the senior year with the Georgia military. Um, do it hit with you knowing that history? And of course, like you said, your dad pretty much did that help out knowing the history, knowing the road that he took? Did you kind of go in like, okay, did that give you extra motivation as far as going in, knowing that you can make, the things that you're doing now possible?
At first, just being a knucklehead, no, honestly.
Mhm.
But as time progressed, yeah, actually it did. It did.
What's up, man? That's what's up, man. Yeah, your dad, man, he was awesome, man. And that route he took at that time, it wasn't a lot of people did not know that route. And even with him going to Georgia military, I remember I knew about it, but nobody from the county, nobody really from the state, you didn't really see them going to Georgia military, man. So he's definitely one of those guys who broke down the door for players who didn't come in strong, academically and everything. And like I say, he showed up his senior year, man. He was a dog, man, definitely. So when you got up there, like you said, you was a knucklehead. What adjustments have you made? Because this is your second year up there. What adjustments did you make from getting up there the year one to year two? Because like you said, year one you didn't get to play as much. What adjustment did you make and decide, to make you decide that, hey, I'm finna bust out year two?
Just my work ethic off the field, really. Like putting in more work, overtime, and staying in my books, really staying focused through everything. Not letting nothing get past me, nothing distract me. Just staying focused one way.
Okay, Green, you got a couple questions before I continue on?
Oh yeah. I got definitely a couple of questions for you, brother. So good to see you again, man. For y'all who don't know, man, we stayed on the same street. So I watched this young man grow. Even from the little league days. Him and my sons would play in the yard, and I always seen that special talent that he had. Even when he was at Bogey, he did a lot of things that I'm like, man, this kid definitely needs to go or should be playing D1. But enough of that stuff. The question that I wanted to have for you is, what would you tell a young man who may be in your same similar situation? Like, they balled on the field, grades may not be where they are. What would you tell them, like, to help them in the process? You know what I'm saying?
Uh, just stay focused. Really, everything else in St. Pete is a distraction at the end of the day, honestly. It's just a way to get you off your game. So just stay focused, keep praying to God, and just have a good support system behind you and just do what you need to do.
Absolutely. So give us a little snapshot of what New Mexico military is like, because people see college and they be like, man, I'm finna go out here and wild out. There's finna be partying, finna be clubs, but let them know like the real, like, man, how they, football is structured. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I hear it's not where you want to be, honestly. You don't want to be here, but it's gonna better you. You create new bonds. Like I met a couple people from really everywhere, from out the country to shoot right next door up North Florida and stuff like that. Really just everything just different here. Like honestly, you get to wake up early for formation, early in the morning, bright and early in the cold, no matter what type of weather it is, you'll be outside early morning. Everything is in a group. Honestly, you got your troop. And you and your troop, y'all do whatever y'all need to do throughout the day, but you go into class and everything else, that's on you. But I hear you, it ain't really much to do. I don't really leave this place like my actual house.
Gotcha.
Okay,
So
okay.
what's the biggest thing that you're gonna take away from New Mexico military? Like when you leave and somebody say, "Man, what did you gain from your time at New Mexico military?" What would be like some of the stuff you'll tell them, or what would be the biggest thing that stand out to you that you can say, "Man, this is what I gained from going through these 2 years here at New Mexico military"?
I really became a man here, honestly. Like from being a little boy to being childish, not really knowing what to do and not really taking anything serious. But like once you get here, you get a little more structure. Got to realize that this ain't no game. Everything ain't no game. So you gotta stay on your 10 toes down and strive just to be great. Honestly, follow your dream. I realized what I wanted to do in my life once I got up here. Had a talk with my family, and it was just like I gotta finish what I started. So
Absolutely.
Definitely. I could definitely see your family because, man, yeah, you come from some hardworking guys, man. You know what I'm saying? Who I definitely could see them give you that structure, man. So yeah, we definitely proud of you. We definitely proud of you. So what's your next move as far as schools signing? Do you guys have a junior college signing day coming up? What's that next? How's that going?
so February is a signing day. As of right now, I don't know where I'm signing to. I graduate in May, so then we'll see.
Okay, all right. Do you got a couple schools you looking at?
Yeah, it's been a couple schools hitting me up, getting to know me, but really we're just waiting for the right school to pull the plug.
Right.
That's
Okay,
what's
cool.
up.
Well,
Sure.
man, what was your total? I know total yardage. What was your total yardage? What were you over about 1,600 yards this year? How were you looking as far as
Oh,
yards?
all purpose or receiving?
All purpose and receiving. Just
Receiving, I believe it was like 850, eight
okay.
around that area, and all purpose, I honestly don't know. I know it's over.
All right, man. Definitely, man. Well, man, we appreciate you coming on, Green. You got some more?
No, I was just gonna end with lastly, as you looking at the schools, I know you said the right school, you're looking kind of for the right school. Uh what does the right school look like to you? You know what I'm saying? From the standpoint of uh what would the definition of the right school be?
Uh, the right school, honestly, is just a school that really wants me, building a family, honestly, and wants to win. So whatever school wants to win and got that bond that we got here at New Mexico military,
Mm-hmm.
all in, honestly.
Absolutely.
All
Absolutely.
right, definitely, man. Well, man, we appreciate you coming on, man. We wanted to bring you on to show people that you're still doing your thing. You still got a long way to go, but that this is a road this is a potential road for a lot of people. We know you got Zahir up there as well. We know it's some cats up there, man. That you guys are doing very well, man. So we proud of you, man. We happy that you was able to come on, be an example, man. And we want to just keep on tagging us and stuff, keep us abreast of what's going on. When you decide what school you're going to, let us know so we can go ahead and let the whole St. Pete know, bro. We definitely appreciate you.
I
Yep,
got
absolutely, man. You look good
that.
too. You look like you don't got bigger, bro. I'm proud
Yes,
of you, man.
I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. All
All
right,
right, man. We'll be hollering at you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
all
All
right,
right. Talk to you
love.
later, bro. All right.
Yeah, old Drakeski,
All right,
bro.
yeah, man. Yeah, definitely good to see. Definitely good to see Dre. I forgot he graduated 21, but as you can see, man, all those all-purpose yards. And guys, one of the things we want you guys to look at is in JUCO, what he's doing an excellent job. But
Outstanding.
you know, he still has to wait, you know, for, like he says, people to pull the trigger. You still have to, he still has to go against the transfer portal. He still has to go against a lot of the things that a lot of our prospects have to go against. You know what I'm saying? It is a numbers game. Their signing day is until February. So a lot of what, you know, you guys are seeing with these kids signing December or January, they kind of may come in at the bottom of that. You know what I'm saying? Some of the coaches, they have to wait as well along with your kids. So don't think that, your kids are the only one waiting. We got an outstanding athlete with an outstanding pedigree, you know what I'm saying, who's still waiting, you know what I'm saying, with outstanding numbers this year, who's still waiting. But we know that, just from what I've seen, we know that he definitely will be signing somewhere. But we just want to let you guys know that, man, that's the situation that everybody is facing. So guys, one thing we always say, when you get these offers, if you can, go ahead and commit. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and commit, go ahead and make that happen if you can. But we're gonna let me see, we're gonna get back on that train. We got actually another guest that's gonna be coming in. So give me one moment, Green. Um I know we were talking about the CCC game.
Right, CCC and Trinity.
The
And you
CCC and
was
Trinity
talking
game.
about Mr. Hurley, Colin, and that kid, man. He's actually he's a LSU commit, and I had an opportunity to speak with him, briefly when I was doing, working as a regional scout, kind of for area scout for the U.S. Army Bowl. Trying to get his information to kind of get him looked at. Real nice young man, real respectable. You can tell he's been, raised in the good, family value background, a good household, and just an all around solid kid, man. And it carries over on the field. LSU has a good prospect in him. Hopefully they can hold on to him. It's other schools that's coming after him, but it's going to be a good test for the CCC Marauders this Friday, because that kid he's the real deal. Like you say, he kind of like a Shawnee Newton. He can pull the ball down and run it. Big arm, can really toss it and sling it around the yard. And I'm pretty sure he has some receivers to throw to in his area, coming from Jacksonville. They are always a real solid team. So it'll be interesting to see how that game, turns out.
Yeah, man. I know that Colin Hurley, he's one of those kids, man, that he has good stats, but like I say, I think that Shawnee's just as good. I think that I know that Colin, he does have some athletes around him, but Shawnee does as well. So I expect this game to go down, and we'll keep talking about it. But we actually got another guest
Okay.
gonna come in real quick. This young man actually is one of our kids who is he's on our future prospects, a top 10 prospect that we talked about on our site
Mhm.
a couple weeks ago. Plays for Saint Pete Catholic, ran for 1,000 yards on the smaller side, but for the most part, he had a solid year, man. He's somebody who we're looking forward to for the next 2 years. So we're gonna go ahead and bring him in. Mr. Rowe, what's going on?
Chilling, doing good. How's
Big
you?
Roll,
That's
what's up?
good.
Yes, sir.
Good, man. That's good. I'm glad you was able to join us tonight, man. You're definitely one of those prospects that this won't be our first time talking to you, over the next couple of years, man. We hope to make this, something that we could get down to and get real familiar with you. But so just jumping and starting, you ran for over 1,000 yards as a
Yes, sir.
sophomore. That's pretty impressive. One of the only ones to do that in your class in the county. What would you attribute your success to, both personally, as far as your life outside of football and on the team? What would you attribute your success to so far?
Right now it's all books. Right now since football over, books and working. That's all. I work hard, off season, lift, stay in the weight room. Cause you see I'm a small guy, but I'm staying in that weight room though. But books and the weight room right now. That's all.
Okay, cool, man. So Saint Pete Catholic, I don't what 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 do you see? What do you see as far as your future? I know you guys last year, you guys were 2-7, 4-5 this year, a lot of close games, what are your aspirations for the team moving forward? I know you go be a leader. What are your aspirations? What are your goals? I know the goal is always to win every game, but let you know we always want to be realistic. What do you where do you see your team next year?
We coming in. We had a lot of transfers last that came in this year. So we trying to come big and better next year. We should be better next year. It ain't no doubt. We should be better next year. We was supposed to be good this year. We fell off. We had a lot of young boys,
Mhm.
but St. Pete Catholic definitely building, and it's gonna be a surprise. It's gonna be a surprising year next year for sure.
Uh, and like you see, like, you're 5'5". How do you use your advantage to your size? I mean, how do you use your size to your advantage on the field? That's allow you to get these type of yards. Like I said, already in 10th grade, so people are already looking at you. They already looking at you like nothing but a 10th grader. But then you come out there, you do your thing, have some real big games. How do you use that to your advantage?
See, a lot of people do look at me as a disadvantage, as that size as a disadvantage. But I don't even look at it as a disadvantage. I look at it as an advantage though. My speed, I can hide behind my linemen. I see a hole, I'm gonna go. And I guarantee nobody coming to catch me. So
That's it.
feel me? That's all. I look at my size as an advantage for me. But I'm trying to get in our weight room, get stronger, get bigger and better on that field. That's all.
Okay, okay. And so what are some personal goals that you have from now, um even spring? I don't know if you've looked that far, but what are some personal goals that you have that you want to get accomplished from now and even for spring? What are some of the personal goals that you have?
My personal goals for now and like spring, like I said, I'm trying to get bigger, stronger. I don't think I'm getting a lot of more taller, but I'm trying to get bigger and stronger, faster. I work out. I'm playing basketball right now. Playing basketball right now. Keep me active. Keep me active. So it keep me when I'm active in school. When I'm active in a school sport, it keep my grades up more for me. So keep me in school wise. But for spring, I'm trying to make my coach schedule a public school where I could go and show them. Cause like a lot of people say SBC nobody, SBC don't do this, SBC don't do that. And a lot of people look at me like, oh, he just doing that against them teams. So I'm trying to show them I could do it versus anybody else too. So I'm trying to make them schedule a public school up in Pinellas County for spring.
Okay, definitely, man. I
Yeah,
definitely think you guys, got the talent, man. With that quarterback back there, y'all definitely could pass. So,
yeah,
yeah,
can it?
I would love to see that. I would definitely love to see that, man. You got some questions for him, real quick, Green?
Yeah, I got a few questions for him. I was gonna ask, like when people, I'm pretty sure people underestimate you, and then after the game, after you don't put up like you know what I'm saying, 200 yards, what do the other team be saying when y'all gotta go clap hands?
Oh my God, you're fast. Oh my God, you're
Yeah,
fast. That's all I
yeah,
hear every game. That's all I hear every game. You fast, you fast, you fast. What grade you in? What grade you in? And I tell them a sophomore, the odds go big.
right. Yeah, I can imagine that. I can imagine that. And then has anybody, and you can tell us if you want to be honest or not, has any schools like as far as Pinellas, public schools, has anybody like been like, man, bro, you need to come over here, bro. What are you doing? You need to come over here. I know
Yeah,
they've been at you like, what you doing? You need to come play for us. So how do you deal with that, knowing like you the man where you are, and you definitely want to prove, like you said, people want to see you want to prove that you can play against the private school. I mean the public schools, and you got public players that you played with probably in Pop Warner, Little League, who play for the public schools, and they trying to pull you over. but you know, like, man, I'm at SBC, I'm doing my thing. Like, how you deal with that? You know what I'm saying?
I'll be like, so a lot of kids from Lakewood, cause they trying to build back up. So
Right.
they call me probably every day. But like I'm trying to build my school. I'm trying to
That's
do
right.
big at my school. I want my name on the board at my school. I ain't trying to go nowhere else and do nothing. I'm trying to stay at my school, break my records at my school,
There
and
you go.
build my school. I'm trying to go to states at my school, do something good for my school. And then I'm trying to stay in a private school like that. I like the education in the private school better than the public school. It's
Absolutely.
like it's harder in a private school than a public school, as I can see, because I went to public school all my life. My first private school was Saint Petersburg Catholic, so it was a lot harder when I first came in. So, but my freshman year was hard. Sophomore year coming in was good, easy coming in. That I'm used to the school now, but I ain't going nowhere. I'm staying at SPC all 4 years.
There you go.
So when you got there, was it the standard that they held you to that made it hard? What made it hard when you got there?
What made it hard was like communicating with a lot of people, like, cause like I was around a different environment. It wasn't like the same as like a regular like public school. It was dress code. You gotta wear this, mask, all different type of stuff. And then like football, me coming straight from Little League, my freshman year, playing. I'm playing in the game on varsity, doing my thing. That was surprising. And then a lot of people ain't look at me like, oh, you finna get in the game on varsity. A lot of people did not see me as getting in the game on varsity. A lot of people look down at me all my life, really, because how small I'm is. You feel me? But I always been fast, but it's always somebody say something about my size. It really hold me back, they say.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
good.
yeah, keep balling, brother, man. Keep doing what you're doing. And the reason why I asked you that was kind of like not really a test, but I kind of just wanted to see where you were as far as your mental. Like, you don't have to switch or change up, man. Do you doing big things at St. Pete Catholic? You like the school, and like you say, it works for you. You know what I'm saying? So hats off to you, man, and all the accomplishments, the success that you had. You know, there's a lot of guys that's at public schools that don't have those numbers that just came across the screen at the bottom. So you need to tell them, like, man, you need to be trying to come over here if you're trying to get down like me. But like I said, man, just proud of you, brother. Keep doing your thing, man, and you definitely is going places. You know what I'm saying? Keep your head down and keep grinding, and you definitely going places.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Damarion. So are there these specific running backs, athletes you model your game after? Like, who do you look up to as far as football? Now, even in Pinellas County, college or NFL, who do you model your game after?
In the NFL, I look up to Isaiah Pacheco. That's one person I would like to be better than, but like I look up to him. And I look up to Tyreek Hill at slot. I watch how he run his routes, because you feel me? I'm small just like him, speed like him. I'm trying to be faster than him when I hit the NFL. So I look up to Tyreek Hill too, and I look up to Isaiah Pacheco.
Okay. Anybody in college? You watching in college or?
And I don't really model people in college, but like if I do say somebody, I don't really even look up to nobody in college.
Okay, I understand, man. I understand.
Hey, Ro, I got a question for you. My bad, Russ. I just had a real quick question for you. If you can play, because I know you heard you were saying about you wanted your coach to schedule a public school. If you had any school out of the county that you can schedule public wise, who would you schedule and why?
This is what I want to play. Bogey Ciega. I want to play.
Okay, you want to play the Pirates?
But
okay,
at the same time, I want the Wood on my schedule too.
Ooh, okay.
But I want to play Bogey because I got a lot of dogs there. And that I got a lot of friends there, and I wanna rush. I wanna rush too.
Yeah,
I wanna rush 200 on Bogey. I wanna rush.
Show what time it is, huh?
I wanna rush 200 over 3 touchdowns on Bogey.
Ooh, Bogey.
Okay. Lakewood say I won't score a touchdown on them, so I wanna go against Lakewood.
Ooh, okay. So Bogey in the Wood. Okay, so man, hopefully you can make that happen, even if it's just in the spring. like you said, man, maybe, one of those teams will schedule you guys, put you guys on the schedule. I think it'll be a good test for you guys, good test for them, because it don't matter where you're from, or where you play at. Is what you do when you get on that field when the ball get kicked off. It's a whole nother ball game. So yeah, hopefully we can make that happen, man. I just wanted to see who that was, to be interested to see who we can get on the schedule for you guys.
And last question, man. So who are you training with? Somebody specific in the county? Who do you? Is there anybody you work out with? As far as trainers, who would you suggest to some people if you work out with anybody?
Lambo. I work out with Lambo time to time. I gotta go back to him because I've been playing b-ball, so I've been off my schedule with him. But I've been going to the weight room though and playing basketball. So I'm gonna be back with him.
Lambo, where's that? Coach Lambo, where's that?
Yes, sir. Coach Lambo is where's that. Go tune in with Lambo. I'm telling you, Lambo where's that.
All right.
What's up? Shout out to
Thank you
Lambo.
for that advice, man. Shout out to Coach Lambo, man. So, man, we appreciate you, Damarion. Like I told you, man, hopefully we'll be going on some camps next summer, man. Hopefully we'll have you with us. You already know if we going, you ride with us. So we want to let you know.
Absolutely.
We'll be talking to you probably in the spring next season. And we hope to be, man, hopefully everything goes good. Keep tag us and everything, man, when those offers and stuff are coming in. And we'll definitely be talking to you.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all for letting me talk.
All right, yes, sir. Definitely.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for showing up, man. We'll talk to you later, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right, boss. All right, man. So yes, sir. That was good, man. Damarion,
Yeah,
I like him, man. Very confident kid. He knows what he's talking about, y'all. He knows what it's gonna take to get to where he needs to go as far as this thing, man. And like I tell guys going to CCC, SPC, those are privileges. You know what I'm saying? Your public schools go always take you. But when you're going to schools like this, it's a privilege. You know what I'm saying? It's just, like I tell some kids, they think just because, that the bus has to pick them up, that they're required that. Let me tell you, like a lot of these things are luxuries. All right. A lot of these things are luxuries. Going to these private schools is a luxury. So you have to go in. You got to work hard. You got to show up. It's not just about playing football. It is about your attitude. It is about dressing. It is about that dress code. Like you can't just go up in there and just dress any way you want. You have to you have to show up. So definitely, man. Definitely want to give a shout out again to Mr. Rowe. Thank you again for that. And then once again, man, let's get back to Colin Hurley and Mr. Newton. I'm trying to pull up some stuff for these guys, man. It's giving me a little trouble. But I know that I got a chance to see some film of Mr. Hurley. And like I said, he doesn't, I've seen him, he's done pretty good, but I don't see him being as great, being that much greater than Shawnee. He's a U.S. Army All-American, so he does have a lot, a lot behind him as far as I guess, as far as title and everything, but I definitely think Shawnee could keep up with him. You said that you got a chance to see him play or got a chance to talk to him at one time?
Yeah, I talked to him because like I said, I used to work for the U.S. Army Bowl as a area scout. And so I had the whole state of Florida as far as trying to get guys to participate in the game. And so he was one of the guys that I contacted, and like I said, had an opportunity to speak with him, and just got a chance to hear his story, hear a little bit about his upbringing, background, and like I said, just a real super nice kid, man, and a kid that you can tell just was raised the right way, has his head on his shoulders, and he, it shows when he plays. So. I'm looking forward to seeing them play in that All-Star game, the bowl game, and hopefully I can make it to this Friday when they play CCC, because man, I got a feeling that's going to be definitely a good game. I think that I seen their record was like 9-3 or something like that. I know they had a couple
Yeah,
of
they 9-3, man.
Mhm.
That's the thing. Since he's been, they were state champs since 9th to 10th grade year.
Right.
So we're playing some guys who have championship experience. Hurley, he's only about 6'1", 215. So he it's not like we're facing Shamanah Madonna, who has a
Right.
6'7" quarterback. But 6'1", 215, threw for 25 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. He is committed to LSU. So he is he definitely has, some people, he's going to the right places. But it's, to me, it's no different than Carrollwood Day. They brought in some great prospects. He's a great prospect. They have a running game, and it's this young kid named Darnell Rogers. He actually reminds me a lot of Damarion Rowe, who
Okay.
just left. Very small, very shifty. And the thing about it is, if you guys never got to watch Warwick Dunn, that's what those two give me those Warwick Dunn vibes. Small, you like, man, how much pounding can they take? But these guys could take that pounding. And he's one of those guys, if you ever get to watch his tape, man, he's just super shit. He's super shifty. He could get around, he could do anything that he needs to do. So they definitely got a couple, they definitely got some prospects over there. They got another guy, he's playing receiver, but he's ranked the number 55 safety in the nation. I want to say his name is Bolston. Mr. Bolston. So he had about 5 picks on defense, FAU commit. They got another guy, Jake Jones, another 4 picks on defense. Highly recruited, no commitment. So they got some guys over there, man. But to me, it's no different than what we're really seeing at Carrollwood Day. The thing about CCC, they allow 437 yards passing. Usually when you allow that type of yardage, you're going to lose. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to too much win a game. So the fact that, they were able to allow that and still come out victorious is a big plus to me. What do you have to say about that, Ray?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, man, coming out of that Jacksonville area, man, they play some good ball up there. Not to say that they don't play down here in Pinellas, but once you get out of this area, man, you start running into some dogs. And like you said, they've been winning championships, so they have that pedigree. But CCC's been right there, man. They surprised me. Not really surprised me. I was glad that they finished after that game. I knew it was going to be close. I knew it was going to be, it was going to come down to, the end of the game. I think they both scored in the 40s, right? It was like 40 something, 41, 40s, 40. It was crazy. So, a high scoring game. They traded blows, kind of like the Calvary Berkeley Prep game, but just a little more scoring. And CCC again came out on top, man. So that's what gives the advantage. And again, they playing at home, and just as we would talk about Jacksonville team, I'm pretty sure Jacksonville talking about, man, they got this cat, Shamar Rigby, man, he jumping over people, one-handed catching. Then they quarterback, he can run it, he can throw it. Then they shifty out on the edge with number 5, Trey McClellan. So the same players that we're talking about for Jacksonville, I'm pretty sure Jacksonville don't watch tons and tons of tape on CCC and saying the same thing about the guys that we have, Caleb Goodlows, and the players that we have down here. They saying the same thing about the caliber of guys that we have. So, of course, I'm rooting for CCC. I want them to go back to the state finals, and I want them to bring the trophy home for Pinellas County. That'll be the first team since who knows when to since they're the last ones left. We looking to see the Pinellas County bring one back. So
all right, definitely. Yeah, man. Yeah, some players. I mean, just looking at the stats from last week, and we're gonna need another game like last week. You got good Lloyd Rigby. They had about 215 yards combined. We're gonna need that again. Justin Stevens, 107 yards. Gonna need that again. Um, Shawnee had 2 sacks on defense. We're used to seeing Keo Jenkins and Tyree Harris, playing those roles. So we're gonna need, we're gonna need, those bookends to clap down on Hurley, because if you watch any of his tape, he does when he gets time. The way their offense, their receivers run hard, run good routes. If he gets time to really sling that ball like he wants to, he's very calm, just like Shawnee back there. Like I say, a lot of similarities in these two quarterbacks, a lot of similarities in these two teams. I would not be surprised if this game ends up close, just like last week's game. Like I say, I talk about this. I'm from Jacksonville, so I know a little bit about Trinity. And 32 sacks from the season, 16 interceptions. You know what I'm saying? So this is an all right defense. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And honestly, as far as that front, that front seven, front eight might be a little bit better than Carrollwood Day. So I'm like I say, I'm expecting this to be a close game. Like I say, Trinity has this playoff experience, and so does CCC. So I'm expecting it to be a game. Do you have any you got any predictions, Green, as far as
E I would be a little better suited if I had an opportunity to kind of watch Trinity a little more. Shoot, we probably need to fire up a Friday boy for the prediction show, but let me do a little, little background, little study on them boys. But just again, like you said, 9-3, they probably lost to some studs, you know what I'm saying? Coming from where they are, like you said, you from that Jacksonville area. Trinity is the type of team that put the big time schools on their schedule. I haven't had an opportunity to look to see who those 3 losses come against, but from the paper, you see 10-0, 11-0, 12-0, whatever CCC is, and then you see 9-3, and you like, how are they even there? But trust me, just like Coach Ball say, man, both of these rosters are full of dudes, and it's gonna be a drag out, you know what I'm saying, knockout, drag out type game, because Trinity ain't coming to just, you know what I'm saying, have a vacation. Them boys coming to, you know what I'm saying, them boys coming to play. And so just knowing their pedigree, I remember Webb came out of there. He's running back at Florida now. Travion Webb came out of there, and he was just on another level. And you look and say, man, where the guys like that at? And who knows if they have that type of running back like he was when he was there. But definitely it's gonna be a good game, man. I'm gonna have to pull one of your numbers and say this is a pick 'em. You know what I'm saying? This is definitely a pick 'em.
Yeah, man, definitely. I know that for sure. I'm gonna definitely be at the game if possible. I know that I'm gonna tell y'all now, man. Probably the best thing will probably be to get y'all tickets early.
Yep.
Because I think that that game, even though it's gonna be cold outside, it's gonna be a little cold outside. I think that that will be the game to be at on Friday. I definitely think that will be the game to be at, man. So that's pretty much all we have, man.
So
Wanted to give some shout outs to some guys. Go ahead, Green, my bad.
no, I was gonna say, so the winner of this game advanced to the state final, right? So this the last one before the state final, the state championship, or is
Yeah,
there?
from my understanding, this is it. I know Chaminade and another team are playing, so this is the finals.
I
And
think
then
Shamadai got to play. If I'm not mistaken, I think they play. What's the team that Northeast played? That's my coach team. Uh, Out of Fort Lauderdale. You know what I'm talking about? They came down here and played Northeast.
mm.
They the Chiefs. Um,
Oh,
Cardinal
Cardinal
Gibbons.
Gibbons,
Yep, that's who
Cardinal
Shamadai
Gibbons.
got to play.
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes, man. Yeah, we'll see how that goes, man. But yeah, I'm still, like I say, I'm predicting CCC to win, man. And Yeah, I'm predicting them to win, man. So I definitely look forward to this game on Friday. I'm trying to pull up some other stuff, but the computer is actually giving me some problems tonight. But I wanted to give some shout outs real quick. Wanted to give a shout out to let me see. Oops, that's not it. Wanted to give a shout out to Cameron Canterbury, Long Island University,
Oh yeah.
FCS All American. Want to give a shout out to him. Also wanted to give a shout out to Mr. Newton out in Illinois, Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year. Want to give a shout out to Mr. Tampa, Big 12 first team defensive back out of Iowa State. Also want to give a shout out to other Mr. Newton out there, Mr. Juwan Newton out of Toledo. He was first team All MAC, man. And got Chase Green out of Largo. He recently committed. So we got him as well. We got a lot of guys, man, that that are doing their thing. As you guys can see here, this is just a few. As you can see on the left, Mr. Green, he committed to Tulane.
Yeah,
Got Mr.
actually flipped his commitment. Remember, he was committed to Illinois.
Yep, he was committed to Illinois. So now he went. I'm assuming he went on a visit, man. Had a good time. And Tulane's a good team. They're in the AAC. They're really, they had a good year. So I definitely can't be mad at the decision. Like I said, we got Mr. Newton right there, All MAC first team receiver. Definitely gonna be seeing him in the NFL next year. Got his brother right there. Definitely gonna be a first round pick. Mr. Johnny Newton, and then we got Mr. Tampa over there, first team, all Big 12, man. And those are just a couple guys. Like I said, we got Cameron Canterbury, freshman All-American out of Long Island University. So just wanted to give a shout out to those guys real quick, man. And also give a shout out to we got some new things coming up. Like I said, we got some new things coming up.
Absolutely.
So far this year. Next week actually. We got Mr. Fisher coming on from Keswick. Him and Miss Laquana Jones. They're going to be starting a basketball show. It's going to be called Pinellas Courtside Connection. So I'm going to be really looking forward to that. So please tune in, family, next Wednesday, 8 p.m. as they begin their new show. Like I say, Pinellas Courtside Connection, man. They're going to be doing some big things, man. So I'm going to be very excited to see what they have going on, man. Very, very excited to see what they have going on. I think I have I'm just moving around today, doing different stuff. But this is just a preview of what they're gonna be bringing. Like I say, Mr. Fisher, he's a coach out of Keswick. We got Mr. Laquana Jones, she's out of Clearwater, a very big basketball advocate who's watching the games. So just look forward to that. Next week they're gonna be dropping their top 10 players, boys and girls, their top 10 teams. So just look out on the Twitter and the Facebook for these two. Anything you want to drop before we head out, Green?
No, just like you said, shout out to all those young men that you shouted out, the Newton boys, Tampa, and Chase Green. And then also, like you said, the stuff that'll be coming, like I said, Green Zone Preps. We'll be doing a recruiting show. It'll be called Green Zone Recruiting Between the Lines. And that'll be in this next month in December, probably be that first week. Flyers being made, so that's going to be circulating. I already got a guest, from the Orlando area guy, Balin Trihulo. He works with quarterbacks, so he's going to come on and talk about his quarterbacks, some different things in the works. So be looking forward for that. And then, like you said, man, I'm real just excited to see about Pinellas Courtside Connections. I had an opportunity to check out the Lakewood girls, man, and they beat Northeast pretty good last night. I think I sent you the score. Did you see the score? What I sent you in the text? And so from what I'm hearing, they have that star player stud that I was telling you about. I'm not gonna give you the name and stuff, but from what I was hearing, She's the real deal. So definitely you guys want to tune into the show to find out about these athletes and all the players around the county that's on the hardwood. So y'all definitely stay tuned to Pinellas Courtside Connection, as well as look forward to Green Zone Preps Recruiting Between the Lines recruiting edition.
All right, all good, man. Well, that'll be it for the night, y'all. We appreciate it. Hopefully we'll be seeing you all next week. If we are going on next week, we're gonna allow Courtside Connection to go on at 8. We will probably be going on either Thursday or either the hour before. We haven't decided yet, but we'll definitely let you guys know. I know that actually we are going on next week. Next week we got Jeff Jones and Mr. Clifton Sloan out of St. Pete. So we got Mr. Amazing himself, Jeff Jones, and I believe we got Mr. Greg Tank Thomas, defensive end out of Pinellas Park. So we should have those two guys. That might be our last show. We don't quite know, but as long as CCC keeps it going, we'll be around. I appreciate you all, man, and have a great night, family.
Peace.